Hi, I'm Jackie. This is an overview of my class. Stall it like it's hot. So we basically went over the physics of a stall and what's happening. When you stall the poi, your poi is changing direction as well as your hand. If you're moving your hand in a circle and you stall, then both your poi and your hand change direction. And you do that by moving your hand out of the circle so that the poi isn't accelerating back into the circle and curving around a path, and so the poi just gets to travel along the straight path that it wants to travel along. So that's the basis of the stall, and you can then use that to stall in any direction. So you can stall when the poi is right here, the poi is going to go straight up. So I can stall it up, or I can stall it down, and you can stall it anywhere along this circle. So you can stall it like up at the top, you can stall it at that's up again, you can stall it at like this 45-degree angle, you can stall it at any angle that you want to. And so then you can use that to throw in stalls almost anywhere where you have some sort of arc. And we went over then some common moves when you have two poi, because you don't usually just swing one, and those ones were variations on same direction, same time. When you stall in this mode, or in this pattern, your poi basically go like that, and it's simple. Your hands are moving at the same time, doing the same thing, and you can do that once again in any direction. You can do it up, which is really hard, or you can do it, or that's to the side. You can do it up, you can do it down. You can just do one, and that actually leads us to butterfly. Once again, this is the same time. If you do it split apart, then you can create interesting patterns by moving your hands together with the stall. The poi will stall together, and you can stall on the inside there. You can stall on the outside. And you can stall up at the top and up at the bottom if you want to. Those ones are a lot trickier though, but you can do it anywhere. And when you're doing it at the same time, depending on the pattern and position of your hand and the circles that they're moving in, the poi are going to always have a consistent relationship. Whether they're always going in the same direction or the opposite direction or pointing toward each other or something like that. So those are same time variations that we worked on. They're split time ones. Split time, the poi stall in opposite directions. So you can do it inside. Oops. Do it outside. You can do this is the same direction. You can do that with butterfly, then opposite directions. And here you want your poi to be, you want to have a center point in this butterfly so that your poi are on the same circle, so that when they stall the outside, they make this clean connection. Poi are together, and that leads to variations on this variation. Where your poi can stall tail to tail. That's if the handle is your tail and the head is the head of the poi, then you can stall with both of the handles together, you can stall with both of the heads together, and you can stall with the heads to the tail, so that when they stop, they kind of look like this, which makes this really cool, interesting effect that you can use with isolations or go into other moves like that. And you can use those relationships anyway. You can do head-to-head here, you can do butterfly one head-to-head, you can do tail-to-head, and then tail-to-tail. And so those are the basic variations that we went over, and that was the majority of trying to tweak the usual struggle points with your stalls, if it's too early or too late, and how to fix any problems that you're having. And then briefly introduced a series of foghorns. We briefly introduced several other more advanced moves that use stalls or utilize them, but I didn't really focus on those ones. So those are stalls like the chaser stall, which is really popular, and then some variations on that. There's floaters where you stall the poi, but then your hand doesn't bring it back, so the poi head kind of just like falls down. You can do that with two hands. You can do it in opposite directions. and you can make some really cool patterns with that. There's a stacking stall where your poi are in the same direction, split time, but they don't stall at the exact same time. They stall at the staggered time, so it's like 1 and 2, and then you can do interesting effects where you stack your hands on top of each other, and then you can reverse the direction with a G-pop, thanks to Ted for coming up with that one, and so you can use that to stall one poi, where it can, and so you can use that to stall poi without moving your hand, and that opens up a whole other slew of variations. And then, yeah, just some cool little patterns that you could do with stalls. Yeah, I think that was it. Thanks for watching. Complete class.